Kintail is one of the finest areas for hiking in Scotland. With narrow ridges, these peaks have no walk-in, they're just straight up from the road. So join me in today's adventure as I take on a new mountain, where the conditions were not quite as expected. Well, good morning guys and welcome to another adventure today. The plan for today is to climb a hill that you've probably not heard of. And yes, it is going to be a Corbett. Rather chilly this morning. We're back down to 0 degrees sitting in the car park here. I'm just on the outskirts of Kintail. Maybe just see the snow-capped mountains in the distance back there. But this walk is more of a half-day walk. It's going to take 5 to 6 hours. I've been told the views up there are going to be really good. So looking forward to this. Time to get the winter boots on. The gear's going to be a bit heavier than normal today. Not sure if I'll encounter any winter conditions. I think the snow line's sitting about 800 to 1000 metres, so might just get a slight dusting at the top. We'll see how it is. So anyway, I'll catch up with you once I start this walk. It's starting to brighten up now. The sun's not even risen above the mountains behind me. But these views already, I've literally just left the car park down here next to, there's a burial ground down there. The car park's just to the right hand side of that. That's just the end of Glen Shiel. This is Morvich, and the famous Monroe Ben Fada has a dusting of snow at the top. Looks rather grand from down here. As I say, this is not the longest of walks, and I think it's pretty gradual. I think there's zigzags that take you up the steep face here. Looking forward to seeing the views down to that loch behind me there. Is it Loch Duach, I think it's known as? So yeah, looking forward to seeing the views up there. This really is a beautiful part of the world. Huge deep hole there. I don't know if you can see that. That is over 6 feet deep, I would say. Wouldn't like to end in there if that was covered in snow. Wow. But how is that for a view? Ben Fada and a glass vein to the left hand side of it. The sun's just beginning to rise now and it's gonna be a beautiful day, I'm sure of it. My luck's in. There's no chance of a cloudy summit here. Fingers crossed. I've probably just done it now, haven't I? But yeah, I'm just loving being back out. So calm and still, and like I said at the start, it's just the beginning of winter. Some snow on the tops. Hopefully it's going to last. Well, that's the sun fully risen now. Beauty of a morning. A lot of deer behind me in both directions. I'll give you a closer look. Can hear them roaring every now and then. They're just having a good look at me anyway, not so sure what I'm doing. I have a bit of a bad feeling about this, that there's some clag and mist coming in. I've jinxed this walk. What did I say earlier? There's no chance of a cloudy summit here. But from here I've had to look at the map. You can see there's a load of paths zigzagging up here, a muddy one here, but the path also leads out to here. But I think I'm going up here, making a left, and the summit's actually up over here somewhere. So that cloud's come my way. I'm going to make a rush to the summit here. I was actually totally wrong with all my routes. The path actually goes up towards this gully and hopefully round, which actually looks way less steep than that muddy path over there. So as I made my way up the path, it was looking really good until this weather started coming in, and there's some slight signs that things were going to get worse. It's not looking good. What a shame. There's the top there. You never know, it might clear. What a day, it's been really hit or miss. I mean, look at this in the distance. Down the glen there, some really nice lighting. Shining through the glen there, through Kintail, Glen Shiel. Quite bright there, but I'm not hopeful for some views here. It looks really dull. What can we do though? It's a case of powering on, get to the top of this Corbett now. Well, this is certainly not what I expected up here. I'm getting soaked, got my big jacket on. Not good. There is actually some blue skies right above me. I think I'm just about the top of this Corbett though. Disaster. Well, I finally made it to the top of this Corbett. Not the views I was hoping for in the slightest, but I have managed to get some rather wintry conditions. You might not even be able to see me that well due to that misty, foggy stuff. Blue sky right above me. I have a feeling this might clear. I'm not getting my hopes up though. But this is Sgurr and Eid, I think it's maybe pronounced. Not sure on that one, I've got no signal. 841 metres. But quite a pull up because of that sea level start. Oh, it's cold. It's well into the minuses, I'd say. And as you can see, nothing to show you up here. I'm going to try and get some shelter and get some food. So it turns out there's nowhere to really shelter here. I'm getting absolutely drenched, so I'm not going to hang about here for long. Now the only good thing is I've got a chocolate chip pancake, a new discovery of mine. So I'm going to eat this and then probably just head back down. There's just no point lingering up here at all. This is miserable, I've totally jinxed it. There's no chance of a cloudy summit here. So it turns out I was totally wrong and there was a 100% chance of a cloudy summit there. No luck at all. I have to admit, that is disappointing. I've waited a few weeks to come out for the conditions to clear. But what can we do? This is just the Scottish weather, unfortunately. Usually I show you some beautiful views down to the loch there. Back into Kintail, you can maybe picture it, the snow-capped mountains there, Ben Fada looking glorious over there. But it's a rocky beast of a mountain this. I couldn't really get a scale of it coming up there, but I could tell it was really rocky and there were some good drops down the side too. But anyway, I'm gonna Maybe hold out for 5 minutes. Don't think there's much point, to be honest, as it doesn't look like it's going to clear. This is minging. So I'm going to head back down out this clag. No point waiting up here. What the heck happened there? This is clagged pretty much down to the loch now. I'll give you a quick look. How different does this look now? Can't see anything up the glen there. That's unbelievable. I don't think I've seen a change in conditions just quite as quick as this. So this is probably going to be pretty much the end of the video. And what can I take? What positives? Great exercise. This path all the way to the summit is fantastic. It's been really well designed. The zigzags all the way up, probably old stalkers paths. So yeah, negatives, the views at the top, the lack of, the conditions. It was not supposed to be like this. Met Office had that big yellow ball saying it's going to be sunny until 2 o'clock and then the clag and mist would roll in. So it's only about 12 o'clock now, so it's come really early, which is pretty annoying, but what can we do? Another Corbett in the bag. My luck's been down recently with summit views, but that's it. A fair pull up to that one, as you're leaving from pretty much sea level. I think there's over 900 metres of ascent, so you're talking Monroe sort of levels of ascent to get to the top there. And I've done it in probably just be over 5 hours by the time I get back to my van. So yeah, that's it for this video. I think I might take a quick jaunt to Elandonnan Castle from here, see if I can see anything. I'll shoot a quick clip at the end if I do. But if not, I hope you'll join me for hopefully more views, or better views, in the next adventure.